It is Sunday morning, February 20th, 2022. This morning I ended up seeing a piece on CBS News. It's about a 7-minute interview with Byron Allen. He's head of a major media company that includes the Weather Channel, TV stations, cable networks, and more. And he talked about his upbringing in Detroit. I don't know if he was poor, but he certainly was not affluent. Small house there. And then he also talked about how he began his career at the age of 18 as a stand-up comic on the Johnny Carson show. Many of you may not even know who Johnny Carson was, but he launched a ton of careers. He was a late-night talk show host. A lot of people ended up having a spot on there that led to great success. But he said in addition to owning the Weather Channel, which has provided content to CBS News, the Allen Media Group includes 36 television stations, 12 cable networks, 6 streaming platforms, and several distribution companies. And it was interesting where his mother, who was on the interview with him, said that as a young boy at the age of 5 or 6, he went down in the basement, set up a desk, and he would play business and talk to imaginary people. He's now also trying to make a successful bid for the Denver Broncos. But his company, media company, is worth now billions, he said, and he has no interest in selling it. But what he said was really, really powerful to those of us in the acquisition business. He said in the early 90s he wanted to launch his company. He didn't want to work for somebody else. And he literally sat at his dining room table, called 1,300 television stations. He said every one he probably called 50 times each at least. And in the end, he had 40 to 50,000 no's and 150 yeses. And today, he's the owner of a multi-billion-dollar company. So we always say you've got to kiss a lot of frogs in this business. And I can't think of a better example than that. The next time you think about, well, I've called a lot of people and I've been rejected a lot, just think about Byron Allen, 40 to 50,000 no's, and he got 150 yeses. Kiss a lot of frogs, pretty long odds, but he kept doing it. And so if you've got something that works, be persistent. Realize that you're going to get a lot of rejections. But there are an awful lot of no's that you're going to have to go through before you get to the yeses. If you were to ask Byron Allen if it was worth it, there's no question in my mind what he would say to that. So this is no different. You're going to go through the same thing. If you want to listen to that 7-minute interview, if you go to cbsnews.com, you'll find it there. I think it was titled something like Broadcast Tycoon Byron, B-Y-R-O-N, Allen, on being a role model is what it was titled. So I'd encourage you to do that. But think about the amount of calls, 40 to 50,000, to get 150 yeses. And that will serve you well, I believe.